Hi and welcome. This is my May review for Geminis. We have a great start to the month because we have Venus and Jupiter making a conjunction. Now this is happening in your 10th house, so this could be good for your career, for public standing and for your chosen path. It's a very advantageous day. It's a good day to socialise as well. It's a good day for finances and also for planning any social events. Now the other thing that's happening at the start of the month is that Pluto is retrograde. Now Pluto will be retrograde until the 8th of October, but there's time to work with this planet while the retrograde is going on. Now Pluto's retrograde in your 8th house, so it's time to work on your intuition and your perception and your psychic senses, so that these will be fine-tuned during these coming 5 months. Now the other thing you need to do is to go within. If you can go within, you need to discover what it is that you are trying to control within your life. And also what you're trying to control is probably uncontrollable, so there's a good time to release that and let it go. Because you need to work on the inner things, because on the 8th of October action will be required when Pluto goes direct, and if you haven't done the groundwork, if you haven't done the work behind the scenes, then there could be some things that happen that will give you a bit of a surprise. On the 4th we have the Sun coming together with Uranus. Now this is in your 12th house, so there's unconscious desires that are creeping through here. Now the thing is with Uranus, if you don't make changes, changes happen to you, so this is a good time to go within and to realise what these things are that are tying you down or making you feel like you're going through a routine, because you need a break from that now, so work with that one. Then we have Mars also making a positive aspect to the Sun. Mars is in that 10th house career as well, so this is a time to really push forward with what you desire. This is a time to put energy into either your career, your public standing or your chosen path. There are two other aspects on the 4th. We have a square between Venus and the Black Moon Lilith. Now this can involve relationships. There could be things that are going on within relationships, or finances. Could be things there that need sorting out, but whatever it is, you need to bring it to the fore and to discuss it. Then the other aspect is a conjunction between Vesta, the asteroid, and Saturn. This is happening in your 9th house. This is a time when it's vital that you learn something new, something that your inner flame is telling you. Vesta is a dedication to our spiritual growth, so there could be something you need to learn, and it's an ideal time. There's 6 days of this aspect. Patience and persistence will be given to you by Saturn, so if there is something that you really need to investigate or to learn, it's time to do it now. With your ruler Mercury in your sign and in your 1st house, we have a fantastic day on the 5th because there's a sextile with Venus. This is a day of light-hearted fun, socialising and really enjoying yourself. But then on the 10th, Mercury goes retrograde. Now Mercury going retrograde in your 1st house means it's time to do work behind the scenes. It's time to embrace him and learn what he's got to teach you. And most of all, he wants you to learn that you need to think before you speak. Also, that you need to look at how you present yourself, and maybe there's changes that you could make now of how you present yourself to the outside world, and also to tie up all those loose ends that you have hanging around, because Mercury wants you to be ready in 3 weeks when he goes direct in your sign and in your 1st house. He wants you to be ready, so he wants you to tie up any loose ends that are hanging around now so that you can move forward without having to look back. We spoke about the conjunction between the Sun and Uranus in your 12th house, and about the desires, the unconscious desires coming out for change or a new challenge. So on the 12th we have the Sun making a conjunction with the Moon's North Node. The North Node can open doors. The North Node is our spiritual way forward. So with this conjunction you will have maybe a eureka moment, you'll have a message or a dream or something that comes through on the unconscious or the psychic side that will give you an idea of where you need to go. your new path, your new quest. And then on the 14th, Mars makes a positive aspect to the Moon's North Node. So this could be when you finally start to put the pieces together and to make inroads as to really what direction you want to go in. On the 15th, we have a little mini crisis in beliefs, because we have Saturn in that 9th house. The Sun is making a square to him, so it may be that you just need to understand where you are at this point and what you need to do to update your beliefs, and maybe to change them in a way that will fit in with who you're going to be, because there are changes going on. So maybe issues here with your beliefs of authority figures, because Saturn is definitely represented that in your 9th house. But the key to understanding is to learn and to take on information. And then also we have an aspect to Neptune. Neptune's in that 10th house, so here we have a way of understanding others. It's a good day to listen and be compassionate with what other people are going through. Then the other aspect is the conjunction between Venus and Chiron. This is happening in your 11th house. So here we have a chance to gain a different perspective on things. Maybe look at things in a different light, especially where friends and colleagues are concerned. Maybe it's time to look at what they've said in the past and see how that relates to what they're actually doing now, and also chance to look at your aims and goals, and maybe because of what you've learned and because your beliefs are changing, it's also time to change your goals for the future. On the 16th we have our full moon. Now this full moon is also a total eclipse, and it's in your 6th house, and it's in Scorpio. Now being in Scorpio makes it emotionally very intense, so there'll be deep feelings that brought up by this new moon. And being in your 6th house, it's going to focus on your everyday routines and your work. So maybe there's time to analyse and evaluate your routines and your habits, and to see what needs changing. And maybe that you want to change your exercise routine, you want to start a healthy diet, or maybe there's things you could do at work to make your work life more enjoyable and pleasant. Maybe a single small act of kindness to one of your colleagues may brighten up your day. But the fact is, this eclipse is part of the Saturn 6 North series, the same as the one in April, and it focuses on authority. So in this 6th house of work could mean that you have to take on extra authority. It could be that someone within your work environment is unable to complete their tasks, so you need to take control and take over and get things finished. Now also, with it being in Scorpio, it's a time to evaluate what you really need in life. Some things maybe need to be got rid of, maybe some bad habits need to be stopped, and maybe some changes need to be brought in to make your day more pleasant. You may feel a little bit out of sorts on the 17th. It's certainly not a day to be in the public eye, because we have a conjunction between Mars and Neptune. Now, Mars is the planet of ego. Neptune is a planet that dissolves ego. So you may feel a little bit out of sorts. You may have a temporary loss of kind of identity, and you may feel insecure and not being able to complete what you want to do. So it's not a good day to be in the public eye, and it's not a good day for your career. So it's a good day to chill out and just maybe take it easy and let this day pass. Then on the 18th we have an aspect between the Sun and Pluto, and this is a very intense aspect. Now, this could transform your inner world, because the Sun is still in that 12th house, so there could be a transformative effect that happens within your unconscious. You may not even realise it's happening, but it will happen. On the 19th we have an aspect between your ruler Mercury and Jupiter. Jupiter's in that 10th house, so it's a good time to start preparation, because the Sun is about to move into your sign and your 1st house, and there will be a new moon at the end of the month, so preparation is key. Look and see if there's any things within your career area or your destined path that need adjusting, that maybe things you need to get rid of, things you need to lose in preparation for new things coming in. And on the 21st, the sun does move into your sign, and this is a fantastic month ahead for you. And also, it's time to look at what you have, to take stock, see where you have talents that can be perhaps enhanced or brought forward, and get rid of things that no longer serve you. On the 22nd, we have 2 positive transits that will help you with this work you're doing. We have the Sun making a positive aspect to Jupiter. Now this is going to be good for just about anything. This is a very feel-good, optimistic aspect. And then with Mars making a positive aspect to Pluto, this will bring power and energy to you, so that you'll be able to start to put these changes and things into place. On the 23rd, we have a conjunction between Ceres, the asteroid, and the black moon Lilith. Now these two are interesting because they are 2 sides of the same coin. One is a strong archetype for the mother figure, the eternal nurturing side. The other is an archetype for the whore or the original sinner, and the sexual side of life. Now, with this aspect, you could incorporate the 2 into one and bring the sexuality side into your nurturing, which would be fantastic within a relationship. Or this aspect could make you a little bit uncomfortable and trigger things in the past that are related to these archetypes. Either way, it's a good time at this moment to explore the nurturing side, as this is happening in Cancer, and also it's in the 2nd house, the house of values. And then the other side is the freedom side, the independent side. This could also be worked on. This is a good time to help and nurture other people to work on their freedom and independence. On the 24th, Venus is going through the 11th house, makes a positive aspect to Saturn. So this is a good time to sit down with friends or colleagues or in group situations and maybe discuss responsibilities and duties and obligations. And then 2 days later, Venus makes a square to Pluto. This is a time to accommodate these into your routines. It's a time to work on these. There will be very intense feelings and emotions, so it's an ideal time to put these, what you've discovered, into action. Following Venus, Mars makes 2 aspects. First is a conjunction with Jupiter. Now this gives amazing physical energy. This is happening in your 11th house, so it's a good time to work together with other people, and put your energies together so that you can really achieve. And then the other aspect on the 30th is a square to the conjunction we spoke about, was Ceres and the black moon Lilith. And this will give you great impetus and desire to get that freedom and to get that independence and to push forward with that. This is a time that you will, if you've worked out what it is you really value and what it is that you desire, then Mars will help you to be successful and achieve this. To finish the month, we're on a high note because we have the new moon and it's in Gemini, your sign, and also in your 1st house. This is a time when you need to reinvent yourself in some way. It's a time to put time and effort into yourself. This is a time to embrace the new ideas, new features, new clothes perhaps, new look, anything that's new, bring it on. And also if it's your birthday within the 1st half of Gemini, this is going to affect you for most of the year. So this can bring new things on later on in the year, maybe a new job, maybe a new house, new car, who knows. The possibilities are endless. But the time now is for you to harness this energy. The time now is you to use the ideas. Action follows thought, so have those thoughts, have those ideas, and then you can work on them as the year goes by. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed the review. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and if you'd like to leave me a comment, I'd love to hear from you.